Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Razza Soleha. Thank you for our lecturer who has given me the opportunity to present my main research. In this occasion, I would like to share my quantitative research project entitled The Effect of Using Mind Mapping on EFL Students' Writing Ability in Distance Learning. Okay, all right. These are the contents of my presentation today. The first is background of the study. In this section, I would like to explain about the reasons of why I conduct this study. And the second is aims of the study and research questions. And the third is literature review about mind mapping and teaching writing using technology. And the last, I would like to explain about research methodology. Okay, the first is background of the study. English as an international language is needed to be learned in facing globalization era. In learning English, the student should master 4 skills of English, namely listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Especially for writing, it's being used in several aspects of global literature such as advertisement, business transaction, legal document, and newspaper. However, one of the problems faced by Indonesian EFL students, specifically in junior high school, is regarding to writing. As what has been stated by Richards and Renandia 2002, that writing is the most difficult skill for second language and foreign language learners. They define that writing is generating, organizing, and translating ideas into legible text. Their statements show that learners are getting more than one process in writing. It becomes a problem when learners cannot process their ideas into a text. Even sometimes they do not know what to do in the beginning of writing. Furthermore, Rahmatunisa 2014 found that there are 3 main problems faced by FL students in writing, such as linguistics, cognitive, and psychological problems. That is the reason why learning techniques and motivation are needed in learning activities to help the students. And another reasons of conducting this study is that they still found difficulties in developing ideas in writing using English. In this case, according to Edward 2009, mind mapping is beneficial for students because mind mapping is one of the most effective way to enter, store, and regain data from or to the brain. And mind mapping is a way of noting the subject matter that allows students to learn writing. And according to Buzan 2005, argue that a mind mapping is an effective technique using a powerful graphic which provides the possibility to unlock the brain potentials in developing ideas. It joins the full range of word, image, number, logic, rhythm, color, and spatial awareness in unique manner. Using mind mapping, the students are expected to develop their idea in writing. The hypothesis. There are 2 hypotheses for this study. The first is alternative hypothesis. There is significant difference between the students' English writing scores taught by using mind mapping and without mind mapping. And the second is null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the students' writing score taught by using mind mapping and without mind mapping. Next aim of the study. Aim of this research is conducted to find out whether there is a significant difference in writing ability between students of junior high school taught by using the mind mapping technique and those that are not taught using mind mapping technique. In this research, there will be two groups of samples, consists of experimental and control group. I would like to implement mind mapping technique. I would like to implement mind mapping technique in teaching writing in experimental group. Then, to compare the result, I will teach writing to the other class, that is control group, without mind mapping technique, just modeling the text and ask them to write. And next, research question. The research question for this study is there any significant difference in writing ability between the junior high school students that were taught using the mind mapping technique and those who are not taught using the mind mapping technique? In this research, I would like to find the differences between the control group and the experimental group. I used quantitative data analysis in the form of t-tests to know the differences and the effectiveness of using mind mapping in teaching writing. And then literature review. Writing is generating, organizing, and translating ideas into legible text. By Richards and Renandia 2002. Since writing is a complex process of organizing text, according to Richards and Renandia 2002, writing is generating, organizing, and translating ideas into legible text. Since writing is a complex process of organizing text as well as translating ideas, teacher needs to use technique that makes students easier in doing writing. Furthermore, writing is the process that alter our mind or idea into the written form. It should be organized into the coherent and cohesive paragraphs. Here, according Oshima and Hogyu 2006, coherence means the sentences must hold together. That is, the movement from one sentence to the next must be logical and smooth. It holds together within and among the paragraphs. The sentences in a paragraph have to show the coherence of the paragraph. It means that the paragraphs are related to the previous and the next one. The use of techniques such as changing words, pronoun, repeated keywords, and the parallel structure is called cohesion. The application of coherence and cohesion is useful to make the text clear and easy to be understood. And writing is a form of communication of person indirectly with another person. And then mind mapping in teaching writing. According to Buzan 2005, mind mapping is considered as a powerful graphic technique that provides a key to unlock the potential of brain. Mind mapping is useful because it can portray the relationship between ideas visually and graphically that help students to develop their ideas in writing document in teaching writing. Since the pandemic, the process of teaching is conducted through online platforms such as Zoom, Google Meet, and others. Dealing with teaching writing, Dawood 2019 found that Google Doc is able to facilitate students' learning and make the teacher easier to give feedback on their writing without face-to-face interaction. Hence, the study will utilize Google Documents as a platform in making mind mapping and assessing students' writing tasks. And next, research methodology. Research methodology. This research uses quantitative research design, especially simple factorial design, since it aims to find the differences between the students who are taught using mind mapping technique and those who are not. Factorial design is useful in exploring the independent variable, namely mind mapping, and observe the effect on dependent variable writing. Well, using quantitative design enables researchers to gain numerical data to be analyzed statistically. And population and sample. The population of this research is the 8th grade students of one of the junior high school in Karawang. The sample of the research included two classes, consists of 60 junior high school students in the 8th grade. They were divided into two groups, 30 students in control group and the rest of them in experimental group. The experimental group will be taught using mind mapping, but the control group will not be taught using mind mapping. The researcher used random sampling for the research. In this sampling method, each member of the population has an exactly equal chance to be selected. The next research procedure. The study contains 4 data collection tools: observation in online teaching, questionnaire, and pre and post test. Firstly, in the first meeting, the researcher will distribute pre-tests to know the student's problem in writing. And then the researcher does the teaching using mind mapping in experimental group and using traditional method in control group for about 2 months. It will consist of 8 meetings. At, at the end of the teaching, in the 8th meeting, the teacher distribute post post tests to the students, and then after teaching for 2 months, the researcher will distribute questionnaire. This is the data analysis. The data of the pre-test and post-test will be analyzed quantitatively using t-test to know the differences of student score. It's beneficial to assess the effectiveness of mind mapping technique in teaching writing. Then it is also used to answer the research question about the effectiveness of using mind mapping in teaching writing to the students. Then the data from the observation and questionnaire will be compared with the result of t-test to enhance the validity of the research. Maybe that is from me. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum.